Hey, how y'all doing? Wyatt Hertz here with a little more Homefront action from the OnLive game service. This time we're looking at some Lowlands. We're back in the swamps one more time, and it is Team Deathmatch and Battle Commander. Now, looking at the kit, it's the scar-lmg ACOG scope on there. You know, I said it was back in the loadout lineup several videos ago, I think. And so it is back, and we get it one more time in this match here. In the infantry abilities, it's steady aim, quick draw, and blast wave, so it's set up pretty similar to how I set up a lot of my assault rifles. And right here, looking at some pretty good crouched fire here, crouched both for the cover it provides and for the stability that it gives this gun. So the extra stability that it happens to give this gun, which is always a benefit. And I did do some good damage against that heavy opposition that was over there on the garage rooftop. Took out at least 3 guys, possibly 4, wasn't too sure. I was aware that Joss did manage to escape into some cover, and I repositioned after a quick reload there. I was getting a little low on ammo. The ammo drum there was getting a little light. Only had about 10 bullets left, and the repositioning here on top of Randy's donut hole was smart. You know, you should always do that. Think about that when you're posting up, looking to do some damage from a posted up position. Once you've drawn attention to yourself and put down a few guys, always smart to have a backup location that you can move to and just reposition. It doesn't have to be too well thought out, but certainly try and move around a little bit. You know, when guys start coming back to life, they're going to be looking for you in that location if they like to get revenge. And also, if you're drawing attention yourself, if you're on radar, spraying a lot of fire from one location, don't hang out there too long. Move along, find another place to post up, and maybe you'll get the jump on those guys that are looking for you over there while their attention is diverted to your old location, right? You can flank them. I'll shoot them in the side. Now, right there, you see Heavy Metal putting me down with some heavy explosives, really what I'm pretty sure he does best. And that's my only death, however. I do come in here in the Apache, and it's not a bad flight. Again, I think I've spoken about this in the past. It's not always about how many kills I get in the bird. What I like to see is good flying, and you'll see it right here. Some jerky flying, you know, I clipped the wheel on that rooftop. And a few, you know, less than spectacular ups and downs. I like a nice kind of free-flowing, smooth-flowing flight, and I didn't quite get it here. I did settle into a pretty good flight on the second half of it, you know, before I started getting EMP'd. And of course, you can't do anything when you're EMP'd. You're gonna be jerking all over the place in those scenarios, right? But you know, it wasn't a bad flight, like I said. I was taking quite a bit of opposition, so good on the other team for at least trying to keep me in check. However, I do survive most of it. I eventually bail right near the final stretch, end up on that big barn rooftop, and just get stuck in the burned-out husk of the chopper, waiting for it to kind of remove itself, dissolve from the battlefield right before I could start moving again. And before I could, the round did end. So, you know, like I said, I do some good damage here. I think it ends up being a 21-1. You guys will know better than I will at this point anyway, because it will be in the title by then. So a good run. I mean, a decent run with the Scar. It's always a big performing weapon, and a decent flight in the Apache. Now, right here is about the time when I've settled in. You saw that quick turn, that quick spin over the swamplands, the marshlands there, and I did put down a couple targets. Now, make a nice smooth pass in behind the water tower just to get EMP'd coming out the other end. EMP'd twice and sent all squirrely here, trying to restabilize things. I do have digits in there on the secondary gun, so he's looking to do some damage, but he can only do so much when we're swaying all over the place with those EMPs. It's a shame I ran out of ammo there. I should have thought, once all those spots came up from Robert's Parrot, that I should have kind of paced out my fire a little bit better, preserved my ammo a little bit better, and maybe cleaned out that entire rooftop. But I did pull out a couple kills out of that pass. So right here, this is about the point. Now, I do have coded and faster reload on this chopper, and the coded did come into play. Obviously, you saw how short those EMP bursts were. It does keep me alive a little bit longer. Finally forced to bail. I knew I didn't have the flares. I knew I was getting a missile lock, and I thought, well, I'll get up here on the barn rooftop, try and ride the round out here, but I'm stuck. I'm stuck where I was, and like I said, before I could start moving, the round did end. And a dominating victory for the team there, having them nearly doubled by the end, 10,000 to 5,200. In fact, I think we had them doubled at the midway point. When we reached 5,000, they were only sitting at about 2,500, and we carried that one more time with the next 50 kills. We doubled them again. So a dominating performance for the team. Some familiar names in here, even the trialers. I mean, Aston Boy, Adisto, Jade. I mean, these are people that have played the game plenty. They may sport those trial ratings, but they're certainly level 75s in their own right. They just don't have all the gear that comes along with it. So let's, like I said, 21-1 for me, a solid performance. Aston Boy right below me, 13-3. Adisto 11-3. Oscar 10-6. Anton 7-5. Jade 8-3. Nazrouche there 6-3. Skullmaster also a 6-3. Death Angel 6-2. And then things start to fall off. However, I will mention Robert, who's below Cuzco. 00480 BP. He was doing some spotting for the team, and it certainly came in handy at that one moment, that one pass over that one rooftop. There were a lot of targets down there. I wish I had capitalized on that a little bit better, but I did take out half of them. Going over to the other side, we're looking at Varga with an 8-5, Heavy Metal in there with his 8-6, and Gamer20 with a 7-3, and that's really about it. So a pretty solid game for my team anyway. The other team, you know, didn't do too great over there. They did try and keep me in check in the air. At least they tried. That's always good to see, like I said. So, guys, thanks for tuning in. It's always appreciated when you do come over here and check out my stuff. I know I say it most videos, but I do mean it, you know. You, obviously, taking your time out of your busy days or busy schedules, or just, you know, you could be doing something else, I'm sure, but you do take the time to come over here and check out my content, and that is always appreciated. Much love to you all for doing that. And for your ongoing support. Now, if you enjoyed this video, as usual, leave a like or a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and until next time, remember why it hurts. Hurts out. Later.